One more question on observation. There are certain things that are that come very easily that we can observe very easily, but there are very certain things that will not be very obviously that I couldn't at least obviously detect when I observe. But as you said, in dreams I was able to observe that. But still, beyond that, there are some things that I couldn't observe, which I recently only caught. Like, for example, when I have a discussion regarding certain spiritual thoughts, certain spiritual talks that I heard with my wife, right? At some at certain stage, it comes to a point where it goes into the direction where it is more like a, rather than a discussion, it becomes more like a competition of which argument wins, kind of. That kind of started boosting the ego. So this observation was not very obvious, not obvious compared to other things. So there might be many more such subtle hidden things which I am unable to observe. So is there something else that can be done to dig those out? It looks, I mean, they just get carried away. I couldn't catch them that easily sometimes.
Everything will show up in your behavior. Behavior can remain externally defined and disciplined and regulated only as long as the conditions in which that behavior is being displayed remain predefined and pre-regulated. If your meditation and spiritual practice have any worth, then your external conditions will change. And when your external conditions change, you will no more be able to negotiate the new conditions with old behavioral patterns. So new behaviors will emerge, and those new behaviors are bound to tell you more about yourself. Please understand this. You were living a neatly adjusted life in which there were only a few people that you would meet on a daily basis. Even if there were variations, those variations were well regulated variations. So when the external conditions are regulated, then your response to those external conditions, which is your behavior, can also afford to remain regulated, right? I very well know that in the course of my day, I would either meet him or her or him. And because these are the people I usually meet, and that too only in predefined contexts, so my behavior can safely be regulated and correct. But if your spiritual practice progresses, then you would break out of this environmental cocoon. You would step into new environments. And there you will meet new situations, new people, new contexts. So new behaviors would anyway come forth, and they'll tell you who you are. So for example, your spiritual practice may bring you to a place like this. And here you will need to face situations that you usually don't come across. And now your old disciplined patterns of behavior won't work. Something else will show up. And that which will show up will tell you something about yourself.
So as we keep becoming comfortable, we should break the patterns. That is what
If you want to know something new about yourself, Go to a new place or meet new people. Those interactions will tell you a lot about what remains hidden within you. We used to have pretty raucous camps in the past. So all the decent ones would be identified in the first hour itself. The decent, respectable ones. A special list would be made. Blacklist. These are the ones who need some special treatment. And those camps were not in such decent and socially respectable places. So they would be happening in some interior of a forest or beside some river. Or in a village where you have to trek for 3 kilometers to reach. So in the morning, the decent one would be firstly gently told to wake up. Too gently to wake them up. Just to tick a box, You see, we cautioned you. Please wake up. And then when the temperature would be 2 degrees or 4 degrees at 6 a.m., there would be a little harmless bucket of cold water. And then the real decency would break out of the self-imposed discipline. Or there would be mud baths. Or somebody is being thrown into a tank. What is that giving you some ideas about this camp? Oh, the beach. Why care for the swimming pool? The beach. And such treatment was especially earmarked for the decent ones. By the 4th day, 3rd day of the camp, you would be left only with gross indecency. Change the environment and see what all lies hidden within you. Often the insistence not to change the environment comes from a fear of that which lies hidden within you. That's love. Is it not? If you acknowledge what lies hidden within you, you'll have to live with it and work for it. And if the thing within you is actually big and beautiful. You may even have to let it command you. It's a strange thing, you know. We are not really afraid of demons within. We are afraid of the godliness within. Hmm? Demons we make peace with. Hello. Huh? Oh, we may even nurse them. It's a quid pro quo.